If you ask anybody with any level of experience in jiu-jitsu, what is the most annoying guard to try to pass, they're gonna tell you lapel guard. Now, when you're super new to jiu-jitsu or you're exploring the idea of playing lapel guard, there are so many different types of lapel guards you can play. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, all of them are awesome. But there's one lapel guard that stands out, I think, from every lapel guard, especially for a beginner, when it comes to actually prioritizing what you should learn how to play so you can have as much early success as possible. Because obviously our goal is we want as much confidence as possible in our guard. But how do you get confidence? You get confidence through one area and one area only. It's not Instagram, guys. It's demonstrated ability. So whatever guard you choose to play, you gotta be able to play something that you can get to often, that you can control well, and that you can get to your offense. The first lapel guard that most people lean to try to learn how to play is actually worm guard. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Worm guard is not a bad place to start. The one struggle with worm guard though is that you have to have some kind of base and understanding of how to actually play De La Riva. So for an absolute beginner, someone who's a white belt trying to learn how to play lapel guard, this may not be the most optimal a way to learn how to play lapel guard. Plus you guys gotta think too, De La Riva, I have to get the lapel out and be able to play from here. So this isn't the one. One of the other super strong lapel guards that's really fun to play, but isn't great for beginners, is actually Gubber guard. The reason why it's not great for beginners is because you have to be able to break your partner's posture down, get the lapel out, and it's gonna be very tough for you guys to get early success and to build confidence here. Because you gotta think, you wanna be able to start with a lapel guard that you can find on anybody, especially those upper belts. So without jerking your chain too much, the best lapel guard for you to start with, whether you have some experience in jiu-jitsu or none, but you're starting fresh with lapel guard, is actually gonna be squid guard. The reason why I choose squid guard for anybody who's newer to lapel guard is because I can set up this position from close guard. Close guard is one of the strongest guards in jiu-jitsu because it is the most difficult for my partner to be able to pass. Remember, in order to pass a guard, you gotta be able to break it first. In order for Ethan to break my guard, he's gotta find a way to disconnect my ankles and then start working to pass. But the nice thing about close guard is that, one, it's difficult for my partner to pass. Two, the lapels are significantly easier to access. So once we start with squid guard, how we actually look to set this up, we get close guard, we get the lapel out. When we get the lapel, we're gonna feed it to our cross hand, and then I'm gonna use my close guard to off balance my partner. So I pull the lapel up towards my head, my right hand is gonna go under my partner's legs, pulling my thumb towards my chest. Once I have this here, we're gonna pass the lapel to my right hand, and I'm gonna be getting a thumb up grip. Now, if you guys watch enough of my content and you go through my instructionals, you're gonna see I actually grip thumb down, okay? But when you're starting off learning this, it is much easier to play with your thumb towards your ribs. If you guys want better context about why I'll do both of these grips, check out the links down below, and I'll actually be able to show you guys through the instructional or through our community group to where you guys are actually able to see why. But I make this grip here, okay? What I'm gonna do now is I rotate back, squaring up with my partner, and I'm actually gonna look to get control over my partner's sleeve with my left hand. So I'm not getting cross sleeve control, I'm getting same side sleeve control from here. Now we do have some cheeky options of being able to flower sweep our partner, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna invite my partner to basically stand up to his feet. This is not a hand or verbal written invitation to my partner, okay? I'm just gonna bring my knees towards my chest, and my partner's probably gonna stand up because he's gonna try to pass my guard. So as he stands up here, now I've got control of my partner's sleeve, and I have control over my partner's lapel around his leg. Now, the first priority I always encourage people to do is once you get comfortable in a lapel guard, is actually to utilize it to control your partner. So what's really tempting for people is that once you get a guard, you immediately wanna off balance and sweep, which is good. But I'm gonna contradict myself slightly here. We wanna have a high level of confidence that we can prevent our partner from passing and control them, right? So once I'm here, we gotta think about what are some things that we can run into that our partner can actually make difficult for us. What you'll see at a higher level is that we're gonna have people try to kick this foot up and over, bring it between our arms, and now we don't have squid guard anymore. So a simple way to be able to defend against this is all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna block the space between my elbow and my rib. So if my elbow is just touching my rib here like this, when he tries to bring his foot up and over, now his heel is on my body and he has no post this way. So then when he tries to throw that leg up and over, I just curl my heel down, and now I've off balanced my partner. I build height to get up on top, and I get a free sweep. So in this scenario, we get squid guard, and our whole priority is to control our partner, okay? So there's a couple different things we're gonna pay attention to. Number one, the most annoying defense you can have is people that will quickly kick their foot up and bring their heel between your elbow and your rib, because then they're out. But if I can pinch my elbow, just stay disciplined, guys. Keeping the elbow connected to the rib, that option goes out the window. And the cool thing is, a lot of people on top, they haven't seen that defense. So what they'll do is they'll still throw that foot up and over because they expect it to escape every single time. Because truthfully, it does. There's nobody that really plays squid guard so they keep their elbow consistently tight. I will add a small caveat. Erich munis right now, that guy's basically the GOAT. He's probably going to keep his elbow tight to his rib, okay? So we're going to switch to the other side real quick because now we need to pay attention to our other side. When it comes to control with squid guard, you can go ahead and hop to your feet. I got my right elbow connected to my rib. I want to do my best to make sure this sleeve stays as close as I can towards my belt, because I just don't want to hold the sleeve and let him do whatever he wants, because then he can attack this leg, bring it through here. It can get pretty difficult. Now there's options that we have of being able to enter into different positions like the fly trap, right? But we're trying to get competent and comfortable playing squid guard. Remember, this is for beginners, people that are newer to lapel guard, or you're just a white belt, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I keep my right elbow tight to my rib here. My feet are past my partner's hips. My toes behind my partner's back. Because the lapel will help control distance, as in him trying to get away from me or even try to posture up. But my toes behind his back is also going to keep me connected to him. So if he tries to walk away, he's bringing me with him. Let's go a little closer now. Appreciate you doing this. Ooh, there we go. Okay. So I'm here. You can go and bend over. So the other thing that we're going to look to do is think about our first off balance here. Because if my partner gets too close, my knees curling, pinching in with my toes behind the back, helps block him from closing the distance on me. Now this may seem silly because he's going to give up close guard, but there will be people that will bring themselves close, bring this knee to the inside, and they can potentially start pinning here. Go ahead and start making a little bit of space for the mic. This gets really annoying and really scary. So when I pinch my knee in, go ahead and reset back. When I pinch my knee in, he's not going to be able to do that. So once I'm here, my knees are pinched in, toes behind the back. Now we're going to look at our first off balance that's here. I'm going to take my left foot, I'm going to bring it to my partner's hip. Now this knee cannot go to the inside. Because I have control of this arm can't go back and push my foot off. If somehow he's able to use his elbow though to push it off, now I just bring my knee back to the inside and we're back to controlling our partner effectively. But I bring my foot to the hip, I'm going to off balance him a little bit by pushing on the hip, so this leg becomes his trailing leg, the one that's behind him. Once I'm here, I slide my foot down and we're going to open it up a little wider. Okay, with my knee on the inside of his rib, my shin is going to push him over to the side. So this is not my knee into the rib. It's not my knee past his ribs here. My knee is into his rib. I keep the sleeve and I'm going to sit up to my left elbow, the one that's controlling the sleeve. I keep my left foot blocking his knee and I use my shin to guide him over. Now once I get here and he starts to go over, I flare my elbow up. When I flare my elbow up, look what it does to his knee. It opens his knee up. If his knee's open, his hips have to what? They have to open too. And then I bring myself up on top. Now there's two ways this can happen. We can have the way that is the Goldilocks freaking most incredible way, to where I curl my heels in, hips towards his chest, we sweep into mount. More often than not, when it's a high stress situation we're starting to go, we build up on top and he gets us in single X. Now our first priority in this position is what? Establishing control. We really want those 2 points because jiu-jitsu is a game. So you want to get those 2 points, then we want to start deconstructing the guard and looking to pass. But we want to remember, this video is focused on what? Building your confidence with lapel guard. And the only way you build confidence in anything is through demonstrated ability. So you have to be able to control a position off balance, then we can think about sweeping and attacking. But I think the best advice and best little golden nugget I can give you guys to give you as much early success as possible, when you're off balancing your partner, do not have in your mind that I'm trying to sweep them right now. Because what's going to happen is that if you try to off balance to sweep, they may defend, which then in your mind is what? You messed up, you failed, right? If your goal though is to off balance, and they defend, you still had success. Your goal was to off balance them. You off balance them. Yeah, they got it back, but it's fine. You had success. Again, confidence building in what? Being able to control the squid guard, being able to off balance with the squid guard. Then once you see the opportunity that, oh, my off balance gave me this, I slide down towards the knee, open them up, sit up to my elbow, take them off to the side. Now what? Now you're building confidence and actually scoring in the position. So remember, when you guys are doing this, your goal, get close guard. You get close guard, lapel out, feed it to the cross hand, feed it in, set up what? Squid guard. I would really encourage you guys, go back through in this video, watch the setup, watch the control. Squid guard is gonna be your best friend for your first introduction into actually playing lapel guard. Because when you look at bell ranks, white, blue, purple, brown, and black belt, this is more of like a sliding scale of your overall jiu-jitsu. Because you may be a black belt or even a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. If you haven't played lapel guard before, with love, you're a white belt in lapel guard. So this is literally for anybody starting off playing lapel guard. If you guys want extra help and you want me to be your step coach, check out the links down below. It'll get you 7 days free to my school group. That whole group is focused on making your lapel guard and jiu-jitsu better. You'll see my lapel guard instructional that's included with everything down there, but you also get access to me to be your step coach. If you guys want to learn how to do loop chokes or take your jiu-jitsu to the next level, consider checking out this playlist right here. It's all my best videos that have had the best response to help your jiu-jitsu get better.